Hello everyone, good morning. So we were discussing about the topic classification of elements and periodicity in properties. So in the last class we discussed how a periodic table can broadly classified into different categories. So that is 4 categories, that is S block, P block, D block and F block. Then based on its character like metals, non-metal, metalloids, how they classified and what are the characteristics of that is also we discussed. Later, how an electron configuration can be written in groups. So group alli hege electronic configuration baridire, if it is a periods, total 7 periods are there, how one can write its electronic configuration, how many elements are present in a particular group, and all those things we discussed in the last session. So in today's session we are going to discuss about the nomenclature of an element which has an atomic number greater than 100. So if element is there, if its atomic number is greater than 100, then how to name it? So here if you observe in a periodic table, so in the periodic table nodidre, so there are few numbers, so there are few numbers here, so they are greater than 100, so they have named it as UUT, UUP and UUS, UUO, like this the numbers names are there. Okay, so if the atomic number is greater than 100, then how to name it? So that we have to discuss. So if the atomic number greater than 100, then there is some rules are there to name it. So that we are going to discuss here. So if the digit 0 is present, ಈಗ 100 1 ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Let's just imagine you have 101 as an atomic number. How to name it? For each digit from 0 to 9, it has its name. Okay, if it is 0, we call it as a nil. 0 idre ನಾವು ಏನು ಕರಿತೇವೆ, we call it as nil. Abbreviation is n, small letter n. 1 idre un, u ಬರಿತೀರಿ. 2 idre digits 2 idre by ಅಂತ ಬರಿತೀರಿ, b. 3 idre tri, t. 4 idre quad, q. If it is 5, pent, p. If it is 6, we write it as hex and h as abbreviation. If it is 7, we write it as sept and abbreviation is s. If it is 8, we write it as oct and o is the symbol. If it is a 9, a digit 9, if it is present, then we write it as in, we write it as e. So this is what we call it as a root word. So in IUPAC nomenclature we have a root word, right? So if it is 1 carbon, meth, 2 idre eth hege karitiri. In the same way, if the digits are there from 0 to 9, it has its individual name. So based on that you have to name it. So here while naming these atoms, so you have to end with the IUM. Remember it, you have to end with IUM. ಹೇಗೆ ಎಂಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು? you have to end with IUM. Okay, so let us start with the one number, that is 101. So if it is a 101, what is the root word or what is the word used for 1? See, un, right? So un, un, and then 0, nil, un, nil, again un, nil, un, end with IUM, un, nil, unium. So you can name it as U N U, U N U. Hope it is clear. So first letter of each digit, annilium ಬರುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ, annil, annium is the name. So you can abbreviationally you can write it as U N U. So how you write U N U? So U, first letter of un, nil, second letter, that's N, again third letter. U N U is the name of the or abbreviation of the atomic number 101. So if it is 102, how you name it? ಅನಿಲ್. 2 ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಬೈ ಬರೀತೀರಿ, ಬೈ IUM. So 2 I's are there here, right? So by, and here also IUM. So you can cancel one of the vowel letter. Okay, you can cancel one of the vowel letter. So then it becomes Bayam. So then name become UNB. The name become UNB. So if I move on to the next one, that is 103. 103 ಆದರೆ Anil Triumph. So name becomes UNT. Okay. So if it is 105, Anil IUM, Anil Pentium. So name become UNT. Hope it is clear. So if it is 106, how you name it? 1 ಗೆ ಅನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, 0 ಗೆ ನಿಲ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ, 6 ಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಹೆಕ್ಸ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದೆವು ನಾವು, ಹೆಕ್ಸ್, ಎಂಡ್ ವಿತ್ IUM, Anil Hexium. So the name becomes UNH. UNH. Hope it is clear. So like that you can write up to 118. So you can only, up to 118 elements, therefore we can write the names up to 118. So some of the element has its scientific name there. So but if it is atomic number greater than 100, then you have to write it like this. So this is one of the important one. Any one of the question comes from this. So one markina one question baratte illinda. Write an IUPAC nomenclature for an atomic number greater than 100. So if a number somewhat like this, if it is there, how you write it? Hege baritiri, how you write it? So 1 ಗೆ an, again an, again an, IUM. Okay, an, IUM. The name becomes U. Okay, U. So this is regarding the IUPAC nomenclature of U element. So if the atomic number is 116, how you write it? 116. If atomic number is 116, how you write it? An 6 ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಹೆಕ್ಸ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು. ಸೊ ಹೆಕ್ಸ್ IUM ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ UUH. So that is the IUPAC nomenclature. So this is regarding the IUPAC nomenclature of an element whose atomic number is greater than 100. Okay, so that is regarding the IUPAC nomenclature. Hope this is clear. So next, if this is clear, next we can move on to the next part of this particular topic. So as a topic itself indicates, the topic of this particular chapter is the classification of elements and periodicity in properties of elements. So we discussed classification of element, how one can classify a periodic table and how one can keep the elements in a particular position. It has few rules for that. So that is what we discussed. So one part is over now. So another part is there, that is periodicity in properties of elements. We know what is meant by periodicity. Okay, periodicity andre enu? So periodicity andre after regular interval the elements property will repeat. Okay, that is what we call it as periodicity. We discussed that in the last class. So next we have to discuss the properties and its periodicity. So in that first property is atomic radius. So we have to discuss main 4 properties in this, that is, one is atomic radius, next one is ionization enthalpy, after that electron gain enthalpy, and the last one is electronegativity. So that much we have to discuss. So that is properties, what is that property and how it varies in a periodic table. Okay, so first one is atomic radius. So what is meant by atomic radius? Atomic radius is, it is the distance between the center of the nucleus and the outermost shell containing electrons. I'll repeat, it is the distance between the nucleus and the outermost shell electron. So atomic radius ಹೇಳೋದು ಯಾವಾಗ ಬರೋದು? So that comes in an atom, right? So atom ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು. So one atom. So let us just imagine you just imagine that you have an atom. So atom is there, so its nucleus, this is its nucleus, and these are the shells. Okay, atom is surrounded by a number of shells. So atom ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ nucleus ಬೇಕು, electrons ಬೇಕು, electrons shell ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. Okay, so there is a nucleus here, electrons are revolving around the nucleus in a circular path, that is what we call it as orbit. So here it may have the electron, here also it may have electron, here also it may have the electron. So what is meant by that atomic radius? As definition says, it is the distance between the center of the nucleus. If this is the center of the nucleus, it is the distance between the center of the nucleus and the outermost shell electron. So idu outermost shell, right? So this distance, so this is what we call it as atomic radius. This is what we call it as atomic radius. So it is the distance between the center of the nucleus and the outermost shell containing electrons. So idu outermost shell, adraliro electron ge iro distance. So that is what we call it as atomic radius. So that is what atomic radius. So then what is meant by covalent radius? So what is meant by that covalent radius? Atomic radius is exists in an atom. Covalent radius is exists in a molecule. So molecule ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ಏನಾಗಬೇಕು? So two atoms should covalently bonded to each other. Okay? Two atoms should covalently bonded to each other. So this is in atom ಆಯಿತು. So this is in atom. So this is in a molecule, covalently bonded molecule. So they are covalently bonded. So one is covalently bonded with another. So here it has the nucleus and here also it has the nucleus. Okay. So this is the distance between the two nucleus. So what is covalent radius says, as the definition says, it is the 1/2 the distance between the nuclei of two covalently bonded atoms of the same element in a molecule. Okay, if we have a H2 molecule or N2 molecule or oxygen molecule, ee ತರ ಇದ್ರೆ two elements, they are same. So distance between the nucleus, so this is the distance between the two nuclei of two covalently bonded atoms. So half of that ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಯ್ತು. So this is what we call it as covalent radius, CR, covalent radius. So this is, it is 1/2 the distance between the nuclei of two covalently bonded atoms of the same element in a molecule. So this is the example. Hope this is clear. So atomic radius ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಒಂದು atom ಅಲ್ಲಿ center of the nucleus ಗೂ outermost shell ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ electron ಗೆ distance. So that is atomic radii. Covalent radii ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 1/2 of the distance between the center of nuclei of two covalently bonded atoms. or two covalently bonded elements in a molecule. So that is covalent radius. What is meant by then metallic radius? If metals are present, so here elements are present. In the place of elements, if the two metals are combined, then half of the internuclear distance separating the metal's core in a metallic crystal is known as metal. So metallic radius. So metallic radius and covalent radius both are same. Only difference is covalent radius in the sense the molecule which is formed by a covalent bond. Metallic radius in the sense a metallic bond is formed. So that is because of the two metals combine, if a bond is arise, then we call it as a metallic bond. So metallic bond idre, then we call that one as a metallic radius. If covalent molecule is there, we call it as covalent radius. If atom is there, we call it as atomic radius. Hope it is clear. So this is very, very important definition of atomic radius. Okay. So then how the atomic radius varies in a periodic table. So once this atomic radius is over, then we'll move on to the ionic radius. So atomic radius aaytu, covalent radius aaytu, metallic radius aaytu. So how it varies in a periodic table, that we have to study. So as we know that as we move across the period, I'll just write few examples. So I'll write here, if just imagine that this is a periodic table. Just imagine you have a periodic table here. So here it has hydrogen, here it has helium. Okay, here we have lithium, beryllium and blank here. So next illinda shuru agutte antidre boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon, right? ಹೀಗೆ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೌದಾ? ಈ ಥರ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ ಅದು. Yes, clear? So this is the periodic table. So next ಇಲ್ಲಿ lithium ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರ್ತದೆ? Sodium. Okay, so ಇಲ್ಲಿ potassium ಬರುತ್ತೆ. Sodium, next magnesium. ಇಲ್ಲಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ. So as we have in this slide, so ಅದನ್ನೇ ಬರಿತಾ ಇರೋದು ನಾನು. So here sodium, magnesium, here we have aluminium, silicon, next ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರೋದು? Phosphorus, sulfur, chlorine, argon. So ಇದೇ ಥರ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ periodic table. Yes, so this is the periodic table. So here so this is what we call it as periodic table. So here if you want to discuss regarding the atomic radius ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ಅಂತಾದರೆ, so as we move across the period like this, as we move across the period, what happens to the atomic radius? So as we move across the period ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಈಗ lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. So what happens to the atomic radius? So atomic radius is decreases. So as we move across the period, atomic radius is, ಇದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, very very important, across the period and down the group. Across the period, what happens? Across the period, atomic radius decreases, and as we move down the group, it increases. Okay, as we move down the group, it increases. So why it increases as you move down the group and why it decreases as you move across the period. So hope you know what is meant by across the period and down the group. So as you move across the period, so if you observe the element here, across the period ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, so here lithium it has 3 electron, right? 1s2, 2s1. So beryllium it has 4 electron, 1s2, 2s2. Boron 1s2, 2s2, 2p1. So 2p2 ಈ ಥರ ಕಂಟಿನ್ಯೂ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತೆ. So as I move down the group, so down the group ಹೋದರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, so hydrogen 1s1, so ಅದು ಬಿಡಿ, lithium 1s2, 2s1, so sodium ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 3s1, potassium ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 4s1, so ಇದೇ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 5s1, ಹೀಗಾಗತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದಾ? So as we move down the group, the electrons are filled into new shells, right? So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, electrons are filling to the new shell, whereas as you move across the period, what happens, the electrons are entering to the same shell. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, electron will enter into the same shell. As I move down the group, the new electrons is entering to the new shell, not to the same shell. So if I take an example, so you just take, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ first of all you should know the definition, then only it becomes clear. Atomic radius is the distance between the nucleus and the center of the nucleus and the outermost shell electron. So ಇವಾಗ let us just imagine you have a lithium. So lithium ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 1s2, 2s1. So if this is 1s2 shell, next it is 2s1 shell, ಹೌದಾ? ಇಲ್ಲಿ 2 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, 2s ಅಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇದೆ. So this distance we call it as atomic radius. Yes. So next one, if I move on to the lithium ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ next ಯಾವುದು beryllium ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. Electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2. 1s2, 2s2 is the electronic configuration. Then if I draw the diagram, so 1s2, next shell, ಇದು K shell ಆಯಿತು, L shell, so 1s2, 2s2 ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 2 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಓಕೆ, ಅದೇ if I move down the group, lithium, then sodium is there. So electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s1. So if I draw the diagram, so inner shell 1s2, next L shell, we know that 2s and 2p, maximum first idalli 2 electron, next is 8 electron. So we discussed that in a periods configuration. 8 ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 2s and 2p ಆಯಿತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಶೆಲ್ ಯಾವ್ದು ಬರ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ, 3s ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಸೊ ಹಿಯರ್ 2 electron, here 8 electrons are there. 8 electrons are there. Okay, here 1 electron is there. So this distance we call it as atomic radius. As we know the definition, atomic radius is the distance between nucleus, center of the nucleus and the outermost shell electron. So therefore, as we move down the group, so this is down the group, right? So this is across the period, I think. So as we move across the period, distance, as we move across the period, what happens here? The distance doesn't alter. Only size of the atom is increases. Size increase ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ. Effective nuclear charge is more there. ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಹೋಗ್ತದೆ ನೋಡಿ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಓನ್ಲಿ 1 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇತ್ತು ಒಂದು ಶೆಲ್ಲಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ಹಿಯರ್ ದೇರ್ ಆರ್ 2 electrons in the same shell. So force of attraction becomes more, but the distance between the nucleus and the center of the nucleus and the outermost shell electron doesn't alter. Okay, because of the size variation, we say that atomic radius decreases as we move across the period. But as we move down the group, what happens? The electrons, the new electron is entering to the new shell. See here, the outermost shell electrons are present in the second shell, whereas when it comes to this one, whereas when it is coming to this point, sodium ಗೆ ಬರುವಾಗ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. So here there are 3 shells are present, right? 3 shells there, 1s shell, 2s shell, 3s shell. So the distance between the nucleus, center of the nucleus and the outermost electron is more here. So therefore, as we move down the group, atomic radius increases, and as we move across the period, atomic radius decreases. That is because as we move down the group, the electrons are entering to the new shell, whereas as we move across the period, the electron is entering to the same shell. So therefore what happens? Because of the effective nuclear charge ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ force of attraction between the nucleus and the electrons. So because of that, what happens? Atomic radius decreases. So that's the first property, atomic radius, how it varies across the period and down the group. So usually ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ define atomic radii and how it varies across the period or how it varies down the group and what is the reason behind it. So this is regarding the variation. Hope it is clear. Okay. See. So that is regarding atomic radii and how it varies. The next one is atomic radius if it is over. Next we have to discuss about ionic radius. So it's similar to the atomic radius itself, but the radius is observed in ions. So it's again comes under atomic radius itself. Atomic radii in the sense the radius of an atom, the center of the nuclei, distance between the center of the nuclei and the outermost electron. Covalent radius in the sense if covalently bonded atoms if it is there, half of the internuclear distance between the two nuclei of covalently bonded atoms we call it as covalent radii. If it is present in metal, then we call it as a metallic radius. And the next one is ionic radius. So ionic radius we usually measure by calculating the distance between a positive ion and a negative ion. So hope you know a positive ion and negative ion. If you gain an electron, okay, one electron tegondre, so then it becomes an anion, right? So like this. See, here there is one example is there. So if it is Na, it's a neutral atom. Yes, Na helodu, this is a neutral atom. It's a neutral atom. So if it loses one electron, then it becomes Na plus and one electron is lost. Okay, it is Na plus. It has a scarcity of electron. Why it has a scarcity of electron? Because it loses its one electron. So therefore it becomes a cation. It becomes a cation. It becomes a cation. If you have a chlorine molecule, if I add one electron to this, okay, if you have a chlorine molecule, Cl2 baritar, athwa hige Cl baribodu, chlorine molecule, if add one electron to this, then it becomes a Cl minus. Chloride ion ಆಯ್ತು. So negative ion, one electron extra ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ, one electron extra in chlorine molecule. So that's a chloride ion. Therefore, then it becomes an anion. Then it becomes the anion. So distance between the cation and anion, if you measured, you are going to get an ionic radius. Then how you define it? How one can define an ionic radius? So ionic radius can be defined as it is. It is the distance between the nucleus of an ion. It is the distance between the nucleus of an ion and a point up to which the electron has the influence on its electron cloud. So it is the distance between the nucleus of an ion, on the ion idre adra nucleus, and the point up to which an electron has the influence on its electron cloud. in the sense, so electron will be present in an ion, right? So it has its influence. So electron cloud may be there anywhere, but if you lose an electron or if you gain an electron, so what happens? The distribution of electron cloud takes place. So that particular electron will have an influence on that electron cloud. Then the distance between the nucleus of an ion and the point up to which an electron has the influence on its electron cloud is known as ionic radius. Hope that is clear. So next, if you compare an ionic radius and atomic radius of an ion with its parent atom, which one is more? So if it is ion present, then its radius we call it as ionic radius. Okay, ಈಗ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಇದು ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಯಾನಿಕ್ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ಕರಿತೀರಾ, ಇದರ ರೇಡಿಯಸ್ ನೋ. This radius we call it as atomic radius because this is an atom. Atomic radius. This is what we call it as ionic radius because it become an ion here. Whereas here also this is an atomic radius, chlorine atom idu. Whereas this becomes an ion, chloride ion. It's an ionic radius. So we have to compare this and this and this. See, the sentence says ionic radius of a cation is always less than the atomic radius of its parent atom, as positive ion is formed by the removal of electrons. So here Na, the distance they have given 154 picometer, right? 154 picometer ಅಂತ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಅದೇ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಾಗಿದೆ, ಅದು 95 picometer ಆಗಿದೆ. ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ if you compare the atomic radii and ionic radii of this particular molecule, always the atomic radii of parent atom is greater compared to the ionic radii of the cation. What is the reason behind it? Because here this was a neutral atom, right? When it loses the electron loss ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲಿ. ಸೊ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಲಾಸ್ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಏನಾಯಿತು, ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೌದಾ? ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಿಟ್ವೀನ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯಸ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿ ಔಟರ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಲೆಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ Na ಹೇಳುವಾಗ ದ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸ್ ವೇರ್ 11, ರೈಟ್? ಎಸ್, 11 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್. ವೇರಸ್ Na ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೇನು, ಒಂದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ದೀರಿ ಅಂತ ಅರ್ಥ, 10 ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆಯಿತು. Yes, if I draw the diagram, so Na, ಇದು 1s2, 2s2, 2p ಆಯಿತು, ಇದು 3s ಆಯಿತು. So this distance we call it as a distance, atomic radii. ಇದೇ ionic radii ಆಗುವಾಗ ಅಯಾನ್ ಏನಾಯ್ತು ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅದು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. We have removed it. ಇಲ್ಲೊಂದಿತ್ತು but we removed it, so no electrons here. So distance ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅವಾಗ, ಇಲ್ಲಿಯ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಬಂತು. Hope this is clear. That's why we say that atomic radii of parent atom is always greater than the ionic radii of the cation. Hope it is clear. So if I move on to the next one, that is anion. So here in anion, chlorine atom, it has 99 picometer. So that is when it is chloride anion, it becomes 181 picometer. What it indicates? It indicates that always anion will have greater ionic radii compared to the atomic radii of a parent atom. Yes, chloride ion is always have a greater radius compared to the parent atom. What is the reason behind it? Very simple. See here, chlorine ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 17, right? So in the sense 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 ಆಯಿತು. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ನಲ್ಲಿ 3s2, 3p5 ಇದೆ ನೋಡಿ, 3s2, 3p5. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಅದೇ ಕ್ಲೋರೈಡ್ ಅಯಾನ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾಯಿತು, 3s2, 3p6 ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ನೋಬೆಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್ ಬಂತದೆ. ಸೊ ಯು ಗಾಟ್ ಅ ಸ್ಟೇಬಲ್ ನೋಬೆಲ್ ಗ್ಯಾಸ್ ಕಾನ್ಫಿಗರೇಷನ್. Okay, distance same but effective nuclear charge is more. Distance same ಇರಬಹುದು, but what happens, effective effective nuclear charge ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ vary ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. So that's why what happens here, it has a greater ionic radii compared to this one. So the sentence itself indicates ionic radii or ionic radius of an anion is always larger than the atomic radius of its parent atom due to decrease in the effective nuclear charge and due to expansion of electron cloud. So ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ electron cloud expansion ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ನೋಡಿ. So number of electrons are more here, where when it comes to an anion there are one electron extra added to the same shell. Okay, extra electron added ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, whereas here only 3s2 3p5 electrons are there. So ಏನಾಯ್ತು ಅವಾಗ there is a variation in the effective nuclear charge. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲೇನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ effective nuclear charge, ನೆಗೆಟಿವ್ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಹೋಗುತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಸೊ ಡಿಕ್ರೀಸ್ ಇನ್ effective nuclear charge and there is an expansion in the electron cloud. That's why here ionic radii is greater compared to the neutral atom. So that is regarding the comparison of ionic radii with its parent atom. The next one, the last one concept in this radii is remain, that is an isoelectronic species. What is meant by that isoelectronic species? So if you have an atoms or ions, if it contains same number of electrons in it, so ions ಅಥವಾ atoms ಇದ್ದು ಅದು same number of electrons ಇದ್ರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ, then we call that one as isoelectronic species. Like here, so if you have atoms like oxygen O2 minus or Mg2 plus or fluoride, example alliದೆ ನೋಡಿ Na plus. So if you calculate its number of electron, oxygen 8 is the number of atoms or number of electrons, but 2 minus ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಎರಡು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಾ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಸೊ ನಂಬರ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಾನ್ ಎಷ್ಟಾಯಿತು 10. Okay, magnesium atomic number is 12, atomic number is same to the number of electrons, 12 electron, but 2 plus ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ 2 electrons are removed, so then it becomes again 10 electrons, right? Number of electron is 10. So fluorine atomic number is 9, fluoride ion 1 electron is added, the number of electron becomes 10, right? So here also sodium number of electrons is 11, Na atomic number is 11, but Na plus ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ, Na plus 1 electron is removed from that, then 11 into it becomes 10. So if you observe all these four, it has the same number of electrons. So then that kind of a species we call it as isoelectronic species. So isoelectronic species are those where atoms or ions which have same number of electrons, So this is regarding isoelectronic species. So this is one of the important question for 1 mark. Define isoelectronic species or give an example for isoelectronic species. So you have to give the set of atoms ಅಥವಾ ions. Otherwise it not become an isoelectronic species. Just O2 minus whether you are not going to get. You have to write the combination. It should have same number of electrons. So that is regarding one property, that is atomic radius, how it varies across the period, down the group, ionic radii, then metallic radii and covalent radii. So that is what we discussed in today's class. In the next class we have to discuss the remaining few properties, how it varies in the periodic table. So that we'll discuss in the next class. We'll meet in the next class. Okay, thank you.